What up?
Hello.
We're here.
We're doing it.
Music can calm down a little bit.
We're actually doing it.
Yeah, we're consistent
For now.
for now.
But yes, we're going to stay on it.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we
Because
are.
before we do a little intro and stuff, I even thought about, like, if something happens, if we really, really, really want to stay consistent, like, and only one of us can do something, like, we can do, like, a little mini episode where one of us just talks about something for a little bit, and then we post that, so it's still something up that week.
Right.
But we'll worry about that when we get there. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so welcome guys. This is episode 8 of the Two Players One podcast. We are your host. I'm Dirk, and we got Biggie over there.
Hello.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if we kind of want to get right into it here, like super quick.
Well, yeah, I'll just start off with saying if people haven't seen it, new Antman trailer came out. Was it Monday or Sunday? Sunday or Monday, one of the two.
One of the
Because it
two.
happened right after we did the last podcast.
Right.
Anyways, new trailer. So if you haven't seen it, watch it and then come listen.
It happened on Monday. That's what
we're gonna
you sent
talk
me
about
the
stuff that
trailer.
happened. Okay. Because we're gonna talk about stuff that happened. We're gonna talk a lot. That's what today's episode's basically about.
Yes.
I'll get into it. So we can talk about. Well, actually, we'll talk about the trailer first a little bit, and then we can get into my actual questions. After seeing this trailer, I fell in love with this movie even more. I'm even more hyped.
I can say the same thing. I think it was just like, it got me so excited, and the fact that it's only a month away.
It's crazy. Like, it's gonna come so fast. It's
Right?
actually, yeah, it's technically like a month away from this podcast episode because it'll go up on Monday, which is the 16th, will be a month away. That's pretty crazy. That's exciting. Oh,
Very exciting.
But I love this trailer because it was a completely different like tone shift too. Because the first one showed like the goofy side of Ant-Man first at the beginning, where it's him joking about being a celebrity and stuff.
Right.
This one was just nah. This is gonna be a pretty intense movie, which I'm excited for. I can't wait.
Me
And like
too.
I said it to you in Discord messages. I'm pretty sure that the director said that he wanted to make this one like an Avengers level movie, and not an Ant-Man movie. Which when he said that, I'm like, oh, that makes me excited because I love Ant-Man, but those are the strong like Marvel goofy movies. I want him to get into some serious shit, and that's what
right.
that's what
Like,
this movie's gonna be.
I don't know like how to really explain it. And we've talked about it multiple times anyways. Well, how like She-Hulk and like all these other shows and movies kind of experimented with that kind of stuff because they were movies that they were just basically, you know, kind of like one-shot stories that they could do. It's an experimental thing. And now, but since you're going back to your world building, you're seeing what worked and what didn't work and how you can kind of mix and intertwine them. And I mean, this just feels like it's going to be almost like an Infinity War type.
Oh,
Like
that's we know we're building up to. Well, this is gonna be like that, but we know we're building up to Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So this is just gonna be this is gonna be like the start. I feel like they're gonna like the hype that we got from like Infinity War to Endgame. I feel like they're gonna stretch that out. They're gonna be like, we're gonna tease him in this movie. And then we're like, well, guess what? You have to wait 2 more years for King Dynasty. He'll pop up somewhere. Well, he's gonna be in Loki season 2 for sure.
Right.
Like, we know Kang's gonna be in that, so
he's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Dude's gonna be making so much money.
Jonathan Majors, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, with variants, it doesn't have to be him.
Right.
Like, you could just somebody else can show up and say that they are a Kang.
That's
which
true.
is what awesome.
True.
That's what one theory. This is not one of the things I've written down, but one of the theories I saw from I I think it was on the break room for New Rockstars. Um, oh no, I had the thought and then
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
oh, the guy from The Good Place who got confirmed to be cast. I forget his name. Who's Cheaty in The Good Place? I don't know if you watched The Good Place.
No.
It was just the smart guy, nerdy guy in that, but he's casted in Quantumania, and people are like he could be like some Kang uh variant that's trapped in the quantum realm or something, or shows up. But
Okay.
I'm just saying it doesn't have to be Jonathan Majors, but yeah, he is going to make a lot of money as the recognizable variant, because it could be a Benedict Cumberbatch Scarlet Witch Loki scenario where every single, actually Loki they do have different ones, but Scarlet Witch and Benedict Cumberbatch where every single variant is just the same looking one apparently.
Right. Yeah. Or yeah, because
Spider-Man's
I hate it.
different.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it, but it's like it doesn't make sense.
That shows like one of the laziness of Multiverse of Madness. Like they couldn't have had one of those strangers not be Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all had to be Benedict. Like
Yeah, but yeah, then you go to Spider-Man, it's like
but I think
they're all the
it's
same.
I think it's more their like Nexus beings. Well, for sure, Scarlet Witches. That's like
Right.
confirmed. So like maybe because they're Nexus beings, they're the same person across all dimensions. They look the same. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, back to Antman. Uh, in this trailer, before I get in this, MODOK, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy they showed it, and they showed that it is confirmed to be is not the act. This is not the actor's name. It's the character's name, Darren Cross from the first Ant-Man, which I'm excited for
Right.
because I'm so excited that he's coming back. It's one of those things that he's gonna have that vengeance against Scott, and I'm excited for that. Like you put me in here because you know that's why he's in there from the first movie when he got shrunken down. And like if you rewatch that scene, I don't think I fully have, but I've seen clips of it. When he first shrinks down, his arms and stuff go first. Like his arms and his body goes in
Oh
first, and
yeah,
his head goes in like last.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I hope we get a quick glimpse of the other side of like when he shows up in the quantum realm. Like maybe gives a little black backstory or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm excited for that. I knew from seeing leaked stuff, and I think it was a pop figure as well. They leaked it. I think that MODOK was going to be in this movie, but I'm excited that it's confirmed to be him. And I'm excited to see because the quantum realm works in wacky ways. He's been down there for a long time. He's been down there since the first movie. So like he's gone through some stuff, like being changed into MODOK. So
Have they said if like the blip happened in the quantum realm yet?
no, that's why Scott survived and stuff. Well, he wouldn't. I mean, we don't know if he was chosen, but that's the reason why he survived because he was in the quantum realm. So I'm assuming not.
Well, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I remember. Oh my gosh, I remember that happening. Was it the end? Yeah, it was the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he's just in there and then they disappear. They turn to dust, and I was like, oh,
Right.
he's just stuck. He's just stuck in there. Ruh-roh.
Right. But like, I don't know if it happened like down there or no. You know, like
I would say no, but who knows?
Who
With the
knows?
MCU logic, they can rewrite everything.
Right.
Okay, MODOK, what else? There was the scene of not Kang's. Scott literally duplicating. So like the scene from the first trailer is confirmed all the Scotts that's actually Scott. That's not some illusion or something. Like that's just variants of him sprouting off for some reason, which is gonna be crazy because they look like they're dying left, right, and center, and we're it's gonna be like one of those things like which one's our Scott? And like, be following them like
which one is he?
But if they're all technically him, so if I guess if one makes it out, then
Yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be one of those movies. It's gonna be one of those movies where we're gonna have variants, and the multiverse is gonna start being explained, and we're gonna be like, oh no.
and I already have that gut feeling that they're gonna pull one of those, like out of all the variants, you're the only one who can stop him, or like something like that.
Something like that.
Typical,
I
typical
I'm thinking
hero.
one of the things that'll probably happen is because it's a lot either there's a lot of talk about him giving his time back. So I know he can also, do time travel, but he can also bait like he could steal a young Cassie variant, be like, I could literally go throw you in a universe with her being young still and be
Right.
like bada bing bada boom if you help me. And he'll be like, oh, okay. And think about it. But what else am I trying to think of before I get into this? Modoc, all the Scots. Kang literally stomps his mask, which was pretty
Mm-hmm.
insane. Like that fight is
Oh,
gonna be
that
insane.
just the one line of like,
Oh, if
I
we, I don't have to win, we both have to lose. Like
yeah.
that's gonna be insane. That's where he's gonna die.
No,
Like
that
right there.
yeah. And like I feel like right after that line, King is gonna be like, and
Just come back.
yeah.
I'm so excited for Kang, and then just I'm excited for Jonathan Majors to be Kang because like he's gonna portray him well. Just after seeing him play like He Who Remains in Loki, and like
Mm-hmm.
that was just the chill variant. Just what like I've watched the finale so many times of Loki, just because watching him talk entertains me so much, like so much, because he's just playful and he's like. What? He's like, you can't do anything. He's like, well, he dodges everything. He's like, what? And like that king is just cocky and is funny, but to see the badass king that still wants to take over the multiverse is gonna be sick.
Right.
And that's not one of my questions here, but it's one of the things to talk about. Like, is how long is like how why is this king in the quantum realm? Like, was he trapped there by another Kang? Like this that the he who remains Kang? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
possible. We do. That's what I'm hoping there's an explanation. That's why I'm happy that trailers don't give you a lot.
Right. And I mean, like, when you think about it, we haven't really seen anyone like just randomly pop out of the quantum realm. So
Mm-mm.
he's probably trying to look for a way out, and he hasn't been able to develop a way out, which may be why he's needing.
Well, that's the picture I sent you. Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. The picture I sent you in Discord. He's sitting in his time chair, which
Mm-hmm.
is like the big thing he uses to go through time and shit. So
Right.
I'm thinking in the first trailer when we see that glowing orb he puts in the chair or whatever in the first trailer. I'm thinking that's what he needs back, and it's somewhere. And
Gotcha.
I'm thinking Janet knows where it is because we know that this is one of my questions, and we can go into that. She obviously knows Kang, and we got that from the second trailer because she specifically knows that he can rewrite timelines. And I was like, how does she know that?
Uh, uh,
How does she know that? 'Cause she would have to know, like, physically witness him do that
right.
to know that, which is crazy.
And I want to know how he just like either one, King doesn't care, or two, he missed the fact that like she knew that information.
Yeah, well, it's probably gonna be. So I don't want to guess what's gonna happen in the movie to this extent because then it's gonna be boring. But like, it's probably gonna be what we're gonna find out. Like
Mm-hmm.
what actually happened when she was down there.
Uh-huh.
Because all we know is that she was down there for a long time and she got powers, a little bit of powers, and then she came out and she was like, "Yeah, I just survived down here."
Right.
So I'm sure we'll figure out something that actually happened, and then one of the people I forget who on New Rockstars was talking about maybe she probably helped Kang not realizing what he was doing or how bad he was, and then was like, "Uh oh," sort of thing. Because if you're stuck down there, you're just gonna start. If there's you start seeing other people there, you're gonna start helping or doing something to get out. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're realizing, "Uh oh," you're doing this for a bad bad reason. Let's not do this anymore.
Right.
I'm excited for that because she knows something. Because it's also in the first trailer when Cassie first says I was in contact with somebody down there. She's like, you were talking to somebody from the quantum realm. She gets very like, shut that off. Like, so
It's
it's
like
gonna be
she just
interesting.
like immediately knows too. That's what kind of throws me is like she just immediately knows.
And she hasn't said anything since she's been back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, like I guess I don't know about the timeline now, but like Thanos happened when they got back. So like when she got back, so I understand not being able to immediately be like, oh yeah, there's a bad guy down there when you have to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
And she was also dusted, so dealing with that when you come back, But she knows something, and I'm wondering because I think the timeline works out that she was still because she got out at the end of the second movie, right? Yes.
Right.
So she would have been down there when um Darren Cross went down there and turned into Modoc. She probably also knows Modoc, which is pretty cool. Because she would have, and how the quantum realm works with time being all wonky. I know it's not like fully weird. You have to be in the time vortex. That's what happened to Scott.
Right.
Um, but it still works weirdly down there. So like, we have no idea how long that he was Modoc. And okay, I'm getting out of, blah, 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 but yeah, she probably knows both of them because she was down there from the first movie, like during the first movie when he got turned into Modoc and went down in there. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And see, because I just don't know a ton about like
Mm-hmm.
Modoc and everything, so I think it's gonna be really like nice and refreshing for me to go into a movie not really knowing anything about like the
I
characters that's
love
going on.
if you want to watch a really funny rendition of him, they have like a robot chicken esque show that Hulu did for a season. That's all animated and it's very funny.
For Modoc.
Very, very funny. Yes, it's very
Yeah,
funny.
I'd seen that. I didn't
It's
watch it, but
very funny.
I saw that it happened.
Oh, we sipped at the same time. He's got a wife and kids in that. It's pretty funny. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for that. What else do I have on here? Yeah, Janet knowing Kang is pretty crazy. I'm excited. I said I want to know what she knows. I want to know why she knows.
Right.
What else do we have here? This one. Sorry, it's not very structured.
All good. All
um,
good.
one of the big things that I'm seeing, I think this is the direction we're going with this new phase and like how things are gonna connect. I really, really, really think that the 10 rings and Miss Marvel's bangle are connected to Kang now, like even more. Like if it's not the orb he's trying to get back, it's those two things. That's
Right.
what. Oh, that's what I have here. My if it's not the orb, my thought is Janet was working with him, found out what he was doing. Those bangles and those rings were in the quantum realm, like he was working on them. She found out whatever he was doing and found some way to just send them out, and then they ended up in the MCU. And because of how she was like, if she sends them out and she doesn't know what she's doing, they could have got sucked into a time vortex and got thrown out in the past.
True.
Because this is another thing I've written here. It's not really a question because of Loki, and this is what racks my brain so much. And if Kevin Feige is planning it like this, the whole MCU timeline is a giant circle, and it's been said that now. So like that could have happened. Like she thrown them out, and they got
Mm-hmm.
launched in the past. So, the 10 rings have happened and everything through time, through the history, not time. And my ADHD is going crazy. um when I had that thought, I was like, I think that because the look of the 10 rings and the bangle look like the rings and stuff that are in the quantum realm, like he's trying to power up, and all the symbols that are like sketched on it and everything look like what's on the 10 rings and the bangle.
Well, and I mean, even when they looked at the 10 rings, like in like the like structure of them, they said it's like a
Mm-hmm.
beacon.
Well, they straight up said that it's sending out a signal to somebody, and I think
Yeah,
that's Kang trying to find them.
I would not be surprised.
Because like there is, I forget what exactly, but there is like, because they're not. I don't think the 10 rings are. I forget what they're called, but they're actual rings in the comics. But they're based on something else a little bit in the MCU, being the bands. But they call it to like the alien race that made them in the comics. I don't think that's happening in the MCU. I think all of this is pointing towards Kang. They want to do like super comic accurate. I think that's happening after the reboot happens, after Secret Wars, where they can go
Yeah.
very heavy into it, where they can plan even more. Because ugh, I really think it's all. And then everybody who was like, "Oh my god, Face Forward, nothing connected. It doesn't make any sense." it's all gonna make sense now because the Bangles was Miss Marvel, the Ten
Mm-hmm.
Rings was Shang-Chi. Loki makes sense because he literally explains what's about to happen. That's my other thing with I was writing down the circle timeline. I literally think what He Who Remains says at the end of Loki is gonna happen. Like where he literally says that he just has a multiversal war with himself and he had to stop it. I think that's gonna happen again. Like like he said in that last episode, he's like, I'm just gonna end up back here. I think that's gonna happen. Like he's literally just gonna end up back in that chair.
Yeah. It's like,
Because
so wasn't it? No, wait, no, I'm thinking like DC shows now. Oh, because like when they introduced the multiverse and everything, they talked about fixed points in the
hmm
multiverse that just
yeah,
happen no matter what
yeah,
universe you go to. And so like my mind immediately started thinking, I'm like, that could be a fixed point. King and
yeah,
power. Fixed
yeah.
point.
Because yeah, that was What If that was talking about those,
Really?
right? Yes. Yeah, that's what started it. Because it was Doctor Strange losing his heart that episode.
Oh yeah, because he
The
couldn't go
fixed
back
point
and
was
change it.
Christine. Yeah, the
Gotcha.
fixed point was Christine dying.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. And it's been theorized, and I agree because it's happened in like multiple times now. I'm pretty sure Iron Man dying is a fixed point in the MCU because it's happened a few times in What If and in our actual timeline and stuff. I think it's just a fixed point that he has to die. Which might change after we get a reboot because it's gonna happen after Secret Wars. It's gonna happen. They want to have Tony Stark back and stuff, and as a different person. Like you
Right.
can't get rid of that personality. Like it won't be Robert Downey Jr. anymore, but you can't get rid of that's one of your biggest freaking people to have. You can't have Iron Man and Captain America gone in your series.
Exactly.
Like like the storytelling that they had to like get rid of them is amazing, but you gotta have them more stuff. And you want like them to be fighting Galactus and stuff with all the other friggin' heroes. Dude, we're
Oh
gonna get the Galactus at
gosh.
some point. And when we get there, I'm gonna be shitting myself.
I feel like they're like intentionally just going through like Kang and everything right now and like waiting to get to that later phase because like that's gonna be huge for the CGI budget.
That's I I think Galactus is gonna be after we spend 5 years developing X-Men after Secret Wars. And the Fantastic Four and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I hope just because of when Fantastic Four is coming in as well. I hope whoever gets casted as the Fantastic Four stays as our Fantastic Four through whatever happens during Secret Wars because we're
I
just gonna get them. I hope it doesn't change.
I mean I think it will because it is like Marvel handling it now. So
Yeah,
and they had I mean you think about it like going back the only person that's ever changed is Rhodey.
and I really hope with Secret Invasion coming up, he's a fucking scroll because you know how funny it would be.
That
You know
would be
how
funny.
fucking
That
funny
would
it
be
would be
funny.
if that's the reason why he looks different. The
That
scroll
would be
didn't fully
funny.
know what Rhodey looked like, so he's like, people won't, people, no, just nobody said anything. I was like, we'll be racist if we bring it up, so just. He says he's Rhodey, so.
That would be
It'd be amazing if that's the explanation. He's a scroll. Like, that's another thing that's coming out this year. Yeah, it is. That's, oh. If it doesn't get moved around, 'cause it's gonna be a movie. But yeah, dude. But okay, that was my another question. But I highly think the Ten Rings and stuff. Well, they're gonna be connected because they are obviously showing us powerful and stuff.
Mhm.
But I for sure think that they're related to Kang. The Bangle a little less. Like it still does look like that tech and stuff. But the Ten Rings, like 1,000,000%, I think is related to Kang. 100%. But bajillion, bada. I'm just excited, dude. Said with how Kevin Feige is like planning this with the multiverse and time, it's gonna be we're not gonna know what to think anymore. Stuff's just gonna happen, and we're gonna go, uh,
Well,
it's a
because
you go.
yeah, so like I mean with Avenger like when they were doing Avengers movies and stuff, we kind of knew like what they were what their intentions were to try to do, but like right now we're kind
Uh-huh.
of sitting at like a we don't know what's
That was
going
the whole
on.
thing of Phase 4. Oh, what are all these random characters? None of the story connects.
And then
But that's
all of
what's
a
gonna
sudden,
happen
one
with
movie is gonna make all of them connect, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so wrong."
That's what I'm
or
excited for.
or
Like the people who didn't watch Loki and shit or didn't care, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Like, what's going on?" I'll be like, "Bruh."
he's the ruler of everything.
Like I said, he
Yeah,
literally explains it at the end of the finale. Like he's like, "This is what's gonna happen if you kill me." So he's like, "It's up to you." Yeah.
for real, bro.
And I'm excited for. Like I said, I literally think exactly what he explained is gonna happen because time's a circle in the MCU, and because Loki just happens outside of time. Where they go is at the end of time, apparently. So that could be at the end of the MCU. Everything's done.
Hmm.
It's gonna be an exciting time. It's gonna be a lot of money spent in the movies. Marvel and Disney are gonna suck fucking money dry between Disney Plus subscription and ticket. I think I'm actually genuinely gonna get my theater has like a movie thing every month,
Mm-hmm.
like a little like a membership, and you get one free movie every month for sure.
Yeah,
Which you
that's
basically you're paying the membership, but like I might as well get it because then I just know every month I can see one for free. And with
yeah.
this year coming up, holy shit, this is a lot. And I'm gonna see there's at least almost one a month.
Right. Yeah, no, Cinemark does that for uh Cinemark does that
Hell yeah,
for yeah, their rewards program like has that too. So I get that one free ticket a month
hell yeah.
for 10
I'm
bucks and then
definitely
you
gonna have
get
to
like
get that.
percentages off concessions. Oh, it's too good.
I gotta use free ticket on Barbie, bro. Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Ah,
Oh. Oh. Okay, let me. Okay, this is like the big thing I wanted to talk about, and I said I was waiting to talk to you about. Also, this is probably gonna be a quick episode, but that's fine.
all good.
That's a lot less editing from me. Um, the one big thing is I think this is how I think the movie's gonna end, and we can talk theories for a bit. Maybe that's how we'll end it after we ask this, not ask this, but say the statement. I legit think everybody is gonna die except Cassie, and she's gonna make it out, and like she's gonna escape with Kang, and she's gonna be the reason that like she's gonna get everybody together,
Right.
like the new Avengers, because somebody's got to get them out, and I'm just with that could be a bait of how the trailer's going, but like I don't think Ant-Man's making it out. I really don't.
I don't either. And I don't know, like I don't know who like they have these characters everywhere, but like tying them together to be like the next like Avengers
but
basically.
that's like because Secret Wars is what 2025.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
we have 2 years of properties where we can get Cassie trying to get these people
That's true.
together, where she shows up trying to get them. Like
Right.
we still have that story building to get.
I
I could
think
talk.
I think
What?
it's gonna be Spider-Man who's gonna bring them all
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Well, they don't know who he is. How is he gonna do that?
That's the exact reason why I think so.
Okay.
It's like I think because nobody knows him, he's gonna be able to like put all of it together, and I don't know. I just think that it's gonna be like
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot with Spider-Man because I don't know what they're doing with Tom Holland anymore because he's in a
yeah.
weird spot where he's owned by
Well,
Sony and Disney, so they gotta like
I
work together.
right, and I think I feel like they might play like a Nick Fury with him,
Mm.
or it's
Or
like
he just shows up.
he knows everyone, but nobody knows him anymore. So
Yeah.
he's able to like keep tabs on people because he has no reason
Yeah.
for anyone to like look at him.
Well, he doesn't know any of the new heroes though. That's what I mean. Like
Mm-hmm.
we gotta have those movies happen where those connections happen. Because he still only knows the old Avengers. He doesn't know Moon Knight,
He still
She
has
Hulk.
Edith.
Yeah, I guess.
So I mean like he has like all those resources still. Like he didn't lose anything. People just forgot about him.
Yeah.
So like
Because
he's
well, for
still
sure. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Like he still has like all the resources that like Stark had that gave it to him. That it gave that he
That's
gave to
true.
him.
I
I just
think that's
realized I
gonna
said
be.
Edith, but Edith is not a thing anymore, right? He told her to shut down, right? At the end of, or like in the fight with
I don't think he asked her to shut down.
because like he did not use Edith during
No Way Home.
yeah.
I don't think he would have for multiverse stuff. But
I know, but
yeah,
like it didn't even bring it up at all.
I don't remember if
I
he
don't
did
know.
turn it off or not. I just
Anyways,
remember him using the bullshit uh phrasing that he did that technically means that Mysterio could be alive, where he just says, "Are all illusions down?" He doesn't fucking ask if he's dead. It's
yep.
just, "Are all illusions down?" They're like, "Yes, they're all down." Not if this man's dead in
Mm,
front of me.
mm.
I want Mysterio to show up somewhere so badly and just be like, "I'm not dead." Just because it's Mysterio. Like, of course he'd fake his first death.
Right.
But I really think that this movie's we're gonna walk out of it going, holy shit, Kang's about to mess us up, like, and kill off everybody besides her. Like, I think she's gonna she's gonna get out, like, either before people sacrifice themselves and have to warn, like, to get out the warn, or is she gonna like get out with Kang and like follow him out? That, or like, I think I said this already. I might have said this on the podcast. My other one was that they do defeat Kang and they come out on a high horse because they don't know who he is, that he can come back. Well, Janet apparently knows who he is, but I'm sure she doesn't know that he can come back in variants. Maybe she does. If that information comes out, that probably won't happen. But if they don't know variants exist, like with him, they might defeat him and come out and be like, "Oh, we're done with him," and then another one of him would show up.
I yeah, and that's gonna be the after credit scene.
I feel like that's what
100%.
it's gonna be too. If they defeat him, it's gonna be that we're just gonna see him come out again.
Yeah.
The blue face is gonna come out, and we're gonna be like, "Oh, he's back."
He's gonna walk out from behind a portal. It's like, well, I guess that one didn't work, and then leave.
So I'm so excited. And oh,
It's gonna it so oh my god, that Saturday we're gonna have so much to talk about.
yes, sir. I plan on probably. I'll see. I plan on probably seeing it the Thursday, if not the Friday for sure. It is Friday.
I'm gonna see it on the Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be one of those two for sure. I cannot. I can't. Now that I'm like, we do this kind of stuff, and I'm on Twitter constantly with this kind of stuff. Like, I can't go on my social media until I've watched the movie once it's out, because it's just littered with spoilers, and I hate it.
When did tickets go on sale? Actually, now that I think about it,
And I don't want that spoiled for myself. Because I could also see the
tickets go on sale on Monday.
Sweet. I could also see the post credit scene being something along the lines of with Cassie. Like, we see her meet with somebody that we haven't seen her, like, anybody meet with yet.
Right.
So for some reason, like, I'm sure they can explain the post credit scene, but that would be cool too. Knowing like, oh, these connections are starting now. Like, She-Hulk's just there. That'd be sick.
Together.
Because I know this is gonna be big. That'd be awesome, bro.
That'd be so cool. She just shows
She
up.
just goes. She just looks at the. She just breaks the fourth wall.
Miss me?
That row. And then just ends.
I think it'd be more along lines where she just like looks at the camera and is like, miss me? It'd be so meta. Just like
that's like the one character I'm actually interested to see how she reacts with the rest of everybody. Because like, you literally, like, Kevin. How does Kevin play in the whole Kang thing? Like, can't you just dip out of the timeline again and go, "Hey, Kevin, the fuck's going on with this Kang dude? Can we get rid of him?"
I don't think they're gonna mix her super
no,
like
it'll be she'll be there to fight. She'll be there to show up like whenever the Hulk needs to be there.
Right. And if anything, I honestly can see her being more in like Deadpool and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! If Deadpool 3 ends with them talking, I'm gonna lose my mind. That'd be so
Can you
awesome.
imagine Deadpool, She-Hulk, and Wolverine all in a movie?
That'd be sick.
Uh,
But I just mean like because it's confirmed like he's to be in the MCU by the third one,
mm-hmm.
and it's just because I don't think Wolverine like we're not gonna get Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in our MCU because he's just gonna be a variant for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, um, but if it ends with him being here and they're just like eating lunch together, like breaking the fourth wall at the end of the movie, or that's a post credit scene, like how fucking sick that'd be.
What if they just do the same thing that She-Hulk did, where he just like goes and fights Kevin?
If Kevin's in Deadpool 3, that'd be funny. People be like, "What the fuck?" That's like, it's funny to think that that's how they ended She-Hulk, but it is like it makes you think about the MCU in a completely different way. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's so meta to be like, is there there's a robot that's deciding what Kang's about to do?
Right.
Like, bro, and he can just change it if he really, 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 really wanted to. I can't wait for those connections because that's what Secret War is gonna make. Like we talked about last podcast, where the nerd community now is fueled off of Easter eggs and references and old actors. Like Secret Wars is gonna make everybody nut. Like we're just gonna watch it, and it's just gonna be fan service and CGI battles.
Yes.
That's the budget. That's where all the budget's gonna go when that movie's gonna being made, just to get everybody in it and for
Right.
all the CGI.
Eh,
But I'm excited. I'm so excited for that to happen, man. It's gonna be one of the. It's gonna be like Infinity War level movie where we're gonna end Secret Wars and we're gonna walk out going, "What is the future about to be of the MCU?"
yeah. No, I mean, like, it was so walking out of Infinity War, I'm like, yeah, the bad guys won. Like,
It was so weird. It
right?
doesn't happen.
Right. You want to know when the bad guys have won before, and you walk out and be like, what the fuck? Episode 5, Star Wars,
Oh
Empire
yeah.
Strikes Back. The Empire won. They didn't win in Episode 5
Yeah.
because that was all like it was Hoth and like Dagobah and everything, and they did not. They didn't win. They got wrecked during the movie, and obviously sets up for Episode 6. But like, it's like we never really have gotten like a modern big like heroes lose, and that's how the movie ends.
And having to wait an actual whole fucking year to see what happened next was fucking torture.
Right.
And I've said this multiple times, and I will still say it whenever I have kids and I'm showing them this Marvel stuff. They maybe not a year, but at least a month. They have to be cognitive enough to like know, like to perceive the Marvel stuff, but not know that new stuff's coming out. So I can just push it off for a month. Be like, nope, they stopped making movies after this one, and not show them anything for a month. And they'd be like, oh look, they made a new one, and then show them it because there's no way I'm giving my kid the satisfaction of watching Infinity War and then Endgame back to back. They're not allowed.
They're not
Why not to go
allowed.
for a year of torture?
Like, I want to go back and like watch them back to back because I haven't done that. If I do, I
I
watch one or the
feel
other.
I feel the next big rewatch I'll have because it'll be a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff now with friggin' fucking Phase 4. It grew huge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my next rewatch will probably be like leading up to Secret Wars, where I sit down and I'll watch everything to go. I need every single reference in my brain. I know everybody they're gonna bring back for this movie. I'll watch
Right.
every single Marvel movie leading up to Secret Wars.
I feel like I'll go and like
Like all
watch
the
it
X-Men and
afterwards.
everything.
Yeah, I'll like. Yeah, no, I guess I see it war.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be the big one. We're talking about that in the freaking far future.
Mm-hmm.
But it's exciting because it's gonna be very, very Kang forward. And I'm excited for that.
Right.
I'm so excited for this fucking guy to show up. Like I said, it's the one thing that Marvel keeps doing, which is killing off their villains, but he can actually come back. Not fucking Gore. I was so upset. So fucking upset that
I mean, we
happened.
knew that was gonna happen,
I
though.
just
We
Christian
didn't
Bale
want it to happen,
as
but we
as a
knew it was
good
gonna happen.
villain. I just wanted Christian Bale to be there for longer in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
It's
they do it
okay.
a lot though, but it's fine. They're not gonna have all their villains keep coming back. I just want a villain group to form, and that was one theory I saw about Modoc. If he gets out with Gang, he just actually form the proper intelligentsia and not the She-Hulk Reddit group. Like he can actually get
Mm,
because the leader's confirmed to be coming back in Captain America and stuff, so he can actually get the villains together and try to have a group, which might happen, which I kind of hope happens because we haven't had that. Like the Thunderbolts are going to be like the anti-heroes grouping up, but we haven't had a group of villains, like actual villains group up yet together to try to stop the Avengers. That'll be
that's
cool.
true. That's true.
Yeah, we've just had the whatever big bad and their groupies or whatever, but we haven't had, 4 people that we've known from the movies get together and go, why don't we just try to stop them together? Like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
Right? It's like I love that though. Like when you think about the main comics and just the main movies and everything, it's been like 6 heroes against one villain, and it's like that one villain is that powerful? Like okay, and then but like having multiple of like I don't know. I think
It makes it scary.
right.
That's what, like, they're gonna have a lot because even like we're confirmed to be having. I don't. We haven't talked about this on that podcast, but Harrison Ford is confirmed to be Red Hulk. Like he's gonna become
Yeah,
oh, what's
it's
the guy's name?
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, him. So like he could be part of the whatever group they make. It was gonna be the Intelligentsia or whatever group.
Mm-hmm.
Like having all those people on the same team would be sick.
Oh,
And
seeing
like that's
Harrison Ford in the Marvel. Oh
this
my
gonna be,
god!
but he's also gonna be a red CGI monster, so it's gonna be weird.
But I think it's gonna fit pretty well.
Yeah. Well, Harrison Ford's a grumpy old man sometimes, so yeah, it's gonna fit.
Yeah, his face, like his facial features, are all. It's gonna be all good.
I'm I'm just excited to see, like, we're talking about random shit in the future, but that's fine. I'm just excited to see like Thunderbolt Ross become Red Hulk because like he's been so anti-Hulk. So like, what's gonna happen for him to be like, I'm gonna do this now and become a Red Hulk? Maybe he'll see She-Hulk. He sees a clip of her twerking and go, "This is enough."
Uh, this is it. Take the matter in my own hands. Stab.
I feel like it'll probably be. I feel like, oh, let me clip it on the podcast right now. Captain America, New World Order, or the end of the actual Thunderbolts movie because it's Thunderbolt Ross that's gonna be like the post credit scene. It's gonna be red. He's gonna turn into Red Hulk at the post credit scene. I can see that type of shit happening.
Yeah.
For sure. Because that, you know how much of a hype that you'd leave the theater with seeing that happen. See Harrison Ford turn into Red Hulk for the post credit scene. People go, yeah.
That would be insane.
I feel like it'll be something because we know the leader's coming back. I feel like it's gonna be something with him because we know he wants that blood. Like, well, no, that was Todd. Never mind. But I'm sure I feel like he is still gonna want the blood because he was crazy about it in the first Hulk movie, and that's him canon him. So I feel like he's still gonna be obsessed with it. And I think that's not the synopsis, but I'm pretty sure that was like one of the theories I heard about New World Order. He wants to get that blood to make, because it's apparently supposed to heal a bunch of shit. He wants to get the Hulk blood to try to mass produce it,
Oh yeah.
which would be a crazy plot line. If there's a whole plot line about friggin' Hulk blood, it's gonna actually. I don't know if I would like that because like
That's just the super soldier serum all over again.
that's it's that, and it also would just feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It would.
It really would.
I'm excited for Thunderbolts because it's not confirmed, but I heard like a plot synopsis apparently for it is going to be they're going to whatever Eternal was in the sea that got turned into marble. I forget who Tiamat, is that the one that's in the? I think so.
I
I
don't
think I
remember.
didn't watch Eternals fully, so just
I don't
whatever one's in
remember.
the ocean. Apparently, they're like the group of Thunderbolts are going there, and it's apparently when they turned it into marble or whatever she turned it into, and they just looked like marble. Apparently, they
Mhm.
turned it into what's it called? I don't want to mess it up. The adamantite or whatever the fuck, whatever Wolverine's made out of. Like apparently that's
Oh,
so
oh,
that's why Val wants the group.
adamantium.
Yeah, adamantium, that one. So apparently that's what it got turned into, and she sent like the Thunderbolts there to get some.
Oh shit.
And she was obsessed with vibranium in Wakanda forever. So if she finds out there's a new metal, I
Oh
instantly, you know how fast she's running there to get it.
god, and that's what's crazy too. There's that huge Val subplot
Yeah,
going on.
we're talking about Kang, and Val's
Oh,
also
it's a
just here
Kang
doing
variant.
stuff. Yeah. But
Nah.
that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Oh, I see my hair. But yeah, it's crazy because we don't know what she's like fully up to. We just know she wants vibranium, and I think, because I said it's not confirmed. I think it was just either people trying to, or I don't know. I don't know with Marvel leaks anymore. I don't trust anything. But like
Right.
hearing about them talking about that, I was like, that makes sense because Marvel, they didn't do Eternals for nothing. They put that big thing in the ocean for a reason. Like, there's a reason why that movie ended the way it did.
And there's a reason why we haven't talked about it since, right? There's
And
got to be.
I think it is gonna be adamantium. Is that's what I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is too. Um, I think it's gonna be that because it was a celestial, so like that's like otherworldly metal. So I feel like it's gonna be like they're gonna find it and be like, this is some shit. This is stronger than Captain America's shield. Oh my gosh.
Well, wasn't Captain America's shield a mix of adamantium and vibranium?
um, oh gosh, I think this is one of the things I've watched before in my nerdy brain. I don't think it was confirmed adamantium, but it is mixed with something else. I don't think they've ever confirmed that it was that.
Hmm.
'Cause I've watched the new Rockstars video talk about that before
Right,
for
because I
sure.
could have sworn, like they talked about like it being created out of the two strongest metals on Earth or something like that.
I'd have to
I don't
rewatch the
know.
scene,
Yeah.
but I can see that happening, and it would make me actually kind of hyped for the Thunderbolts movie. To know that's what they're going to get.
Yeah. Are they going for adamantium?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
And
Christ.
not gonna lie, then it will be like, then I'll be like, I gotta care about Eternals now, I guess. It'll be the way I feel about everybody having to care about Loki. People who cared about Eternals will be like, haha, you have to care about it now.
That
There's so many people when Loki happened because it was like one of those first things that like started off with the multiverse and it being confusing. People were like, "What the fuck is this?" And they didn't want to
right.
watch because it was also the start of like I know WandaVision was the start, but it was the beginning of the Disney Plus stuff. So they're like, "I don't want to watch this fucking show," like. But
Right.
I can't wait for us to get the Secret Wars and the finale be like one of the biggest things that happened. Sylvie killing He Who Remained literally started all of this.
Yep.
And that's awesome. And that's why I'm excited. We talk about this a little bit because it still involves Kang and stuff. Season 2 of Loki is going to be insane because from what I've seen, like most of the people on Twitter say, like Kang's like the villain of that season, but like the big villain is apparently an older Sylvie. So that's going
Okay.
to be crazy, and it makes sense because she was at the end of time, so she can be anywhere in the timeline.
Exactly.
Uh, so like that's gonna be crazy to see. Like if she was like, yeah, I just lived for like an extra 1,000 years already, and he's like, I literally just saw you. What the fuck do you mean? Like that'd
I
be
always love those
crazy.
type of storylines where it's just like, yeah, I just spent like 10,000 years like in time learning and everything. Was you were only
Well,
gone
that's
for
like,
like 2 seconds? Yeah, yeah.
oh, yeah, that's like Sylvia already because like when she meets him, she was like, I was already born for like years, like a bunch of years before you were even conceived or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was already older than him. I'm so excited for that season too. Because apparently, like, I don't know fully because I have seen clips and I've watched the people who have been to Comic Con talk about it. And apparently, the Kang like statue and stuff was underneath the timekeeper stuff. Like, there's a scene where he literally from the Comic Con footage. Apparently, there's a scene where he takes like timekeeper, not the timekeeper, the TVA staffs, and he literally hits a wall with the timekeepers on it, and it disintegrates, and it's just Kang faces behind them. So they were there
What?
the entire time. So I don't
What?
even know if he is in another timeline or not. Like I know Mobius doesn't know who he is, but like it was there the entire time behind that stuff. So
Huh?
it's gonna be season 2 is gonna be wild, bro. Like season 1 was crazy with all this stuff. It's season 2 is gonna, I feel like, gonna be like, oh my gosh, we're really getting into multiverse stuff now,
I
because it's
hope
gonna be
so.
going crazy too from what happened in the first one,
Yeah, it definitely will
all the
be.
sprouting and everything. So I think that's all I had here. Anything else you want to think about, theorize about?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said earlier, I don't know a ton about these characters. Like obviously, I know that they exist, and I
Yeah.
can go like, that's that guy. I know that guy. I don't know his storyline though, and like I guess that's also a good thing because like with King, it's like you could know his like multiple of his storylines, but that doesn't matter because if they just pull a new one out, boom, all your stuff is
Oh my
gone.
gosh. I personally, fuck, I wouldn't want to know Kang. Being like a common folk and watching like a Marvel superhero movie and going like, oh yeah, that villain's just gone. And then he shows up again and be like,
Right.
what the fuck?
I
What
mean,
the fuck?
the most I know about him is from Lego Marvel superheroes, and that's
I
how
know
I
you, I
even
remember you
know.
telling me that.
Yeah, that's how I even know anything like Chronopolis even existing. Like I would not
I
know
need to
about any of that until I played that game.
I need to play that leading up to Secret
It,
Wars.
we will just play it like on the
Yeah,
podcast, like the podcast
hell
game
yeah.
night. We'll play
Fuck
Lego
yeah.
Star Wars.
Um I'm excited because I'm a hope they do something like that with King too, where he has Chronopolis, because they have straight up confirmed that whatever's in the quantum realm isn't Chronopolis. So I hope that's what like Secret Wars is. Like he creates Chronopolis
Mm,
or Battle World,
yeah,
and they're all thrown into some mismatch of different places and
I can see
planets
them
and stuff.
doing Battle World at the like when we start to introduce X-Men. Like they're all
Hmm.
just there. Like it's just like
Yeah,
boom. Hey, yep. Now we got all these characters. I was like, oh, huh? Because
it's
like
gonna be crazy.
that lines up for the end of like Secret Wars and everything. Like for
Yeah.
2025.
Well, and then like because we know they have like the rights back to X-Men. It's still wonky or whatever, like a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, but like they haven't talked about it until like they haven't talked about it, and Secret Wars is happening so quick, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're waiting for.
It is
Like
definitely
probably
what they're
like
waiting for.
next, like this year or next year D23, we'll get the announcement of, yep, you guys are getting mutants after Secret Wars, and the people will go crazy. Because we have them, but like not not all the mutants that people want.
Right.
I want fucking Professor X shit in our canon timeline, please. And I want fucking what's his name, Giancarlo Esposito, to fucking play him. The guy who plays Gus in Breaking Bad. I saw him on Jimmy Fallon talking about wanting to be in the MCU and play and be a good guy and play Professor X. And oh my god, him bald and actually serious would be sick as Professor X.
You just referenced him for Breaking Bad. That is the one place I would not recognize him from.
Giancarlo
I
Esposito. Well, I'm a Breaking Bad fiend,
I
so
know,
that's
and
why.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Mandalorian, Moff
Yeah,
Gideon.
Mandalorian, Far Cry.
Oh yeah, I could have said Far Cry as well,
Yeah,
but I
Far
should have said
Cry.
Moff. I should have said Moff Gideon. I'm sorry, Star Wars man.
I mean,
But him
like,
as Professor X would be sick in a wheelchair going around.
I mean, he was in The Boys at one point.
He is in The Boys. He's
Like,
like he's a character still, but yeah.
yeah, like,
Oh my gosh, you know how many memes would be made? Because I know you don't really watch Breaking Bad, but there's a whole feud between him and a guy in a wheelchair. You know how many memes would be made if he was in a wheelchair as Professor X after the fact? People make so many memes. They'd be like, "Oh, how the tables have turned, Gus."
oh,
I'm
no,
excited though because there's a lot coming still, and it's crazy. Like I'm gonna be fucking 40. We're gonna be like 40, 50 years old, going, "Oh my god, Kevin Feige, how are you still making this stuff, man?" There's gonna be so
we're
much money
40
in
and
that.
stuff. Wait, how old is Kevin Feige?
He'll be dead probably. or very close to it.
He is 50 years old, so at that point, he'd be 70.
He'll be close.
Close.
Well, it's depending on how the world's going now.
Mm-hmm. I'm taller than Kevin Feige.
Hell yeah, get dunked on, Kevin Feige.
He's 6 foot. I'm 6'1".
Hell yeah, I'm taller too. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
I can't imagine his brain though, because like people go, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing." Yes, he does, because he wouldn't approve of these movies being made.
Right.
Like like there might be some things that happen that like he doesn't. Well, he does. I'm pretty sure oversee everything. But like some things happen, but like he wouldn't let these movies go on the big screen and show up to their world premieres if he wasn't like, this is what I want to happen next.
Right. And I mean, like, didn't he basically do that with like Love and Thunder? He just kind of let him run with it and do.
But yeah, with that one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with Multiverse of Madness, and that's why they turned out differently.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just let the directors do what they wanted. But I love Multiverse of Madness. I said, if you don't know it's a Sam Raimi movie, you're like, this is very different. And that's like why everybody freaked out about the post-credit scene. They're like, this is stupid, but it's literally a fucking Evil Dead reference. Like, if you know Evil Dead, you're shitting yourself because it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, but if you don't, you're just like, why is Bruce Campbell the fucking post-credit scene? This is where my next hero is supposed to show up. I'm angry. I waited.
Like, I know I DM'd you this. I am not a fan of them only being 2 hours.
Yeah, some of them need to be longer.
And I have a gut feeling that this one is going to have that feeling of it's going to need to be longer.
Yeah, we talked about this, and I think what we talked about is going to happen. I think they're going to get into the quantum realm really quick. It's going to be like, here's what's happened. Cassie got arrested. She's not the same. Into the quantum realm. And they're going to have to deal with that sort of thing in there and like bond, I'm sure. And we're just going to get right to it. I hope, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to get to. I'm gonna I like it being that quick because you don't feel it. It's just blah 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 blah, blah stuff's just happening.
But like
I
like the feeling of going, because when I go to a movie like that, I want to absorb it. I want it to feel like dramatic and everything, but it loses I feel like that dramatic feeling as it goes so fast.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my take.
I'm excited.
Nah,
no matter the time.
Like I'm excited to see the movie. I'm worried with the 2 hour runtime.
And how big of a scale they're making this out to be too. It's one of those things that are like,
because that was the runtime of Love and Thunder.
Yeah. But and I don't know, Love and Thunder
Madness as well too, right?
I'm not sure about that one. Love and Thunder, I gave a pass on being a quick one though, because it's a comedy movie.
Right.
So I wouldn't want that to be fucking 3-4 hours long. It'd go on for too long.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness was 2 hours.
Yeah, but like for serious ones, I'd want them like for sure to be 3 hours. Like Black Panther, like that was awesome.
Exactly.
And it didn't even feel like 3 hours. It was perfect pacing for the movie.
Exactly.
Like I wasn't bored one time. The only weird parts, not weird parts, but the only like out of place like time parts really, that if you were really gonna nitpick and what people have nitpicked about were all the Agent Ross stuff. It really didn't need to be in there. But see, I don't care. I like seeing him.
Exactly.
And it gives us the whole reason of Val being there for some point in the future.
Exactly. And like I feel like if you start cutting those little chunks out just because they don't seem like they're anything, it's like but it's story building. It's story building.
Yeah. Because that's the whole reason she was there. Like I said, we both had no fucking idea she was going to be in that movie.
Right.
I got, like, when I saw Val show up, I was like, why is Val in my Black Panther movie?
But it makes sense because she's on the hunt for the resources.
That's why I said about the adamantium or whatever the fuck is called. I think like after what happened to Black Panther and she can't get that much vibranium, if she sees a giant thing that's made of this brand new metal that's like indestructible but can be mined. She's going.
Right?
That's what. Oh, how are they gonna like? That's what you said with her whole sideline of stuff. How are they gonna combine these two? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, Kang's not gonna team up with Val. I don't think that's gonna happen. So either whatever she's gonna do is gonna, just sizzle out and get those shit defeated, and then Kang is just gonna continue to be the big bad, or something will happen. I don't know. It'll merge or something. Doom will show up. That's what'll happen. She works for Doom, and then Doom and Kang will work together. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh my god.
Clip it
That
right
would
here. Biggie calls it. In
shoot.
2024, that's what's gonna happen.
All she's doing right now is just like
Just for
working for
Doom.
Doom.
Because they
Be
have said that
interesting.
Fantastic Four isn't gonna be an origin movie, so like, does
Right.
that they exist somewhere? Like, I could just see them pulling an MCU shit and being like, yeah, he's been here, but he's just not wanted to be seen because he's evil and smart.
Evil.
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 That's one I'm really excited for Fantastic Four to come up to. Like, that's one of my most anticipated Marvel movies in general, probably. Just to see who, like, that's a lot of people, just to see who that cast is. I want to see who they have as the cast.
I know.
So badly.
So badly.
And
Because
just,
like you can just tell by the cast though if it's gonna be good. I don't
that
know.
was the one theory about, we talk about Ant-Man 2, the guy I said from The Good Place being in this. A lot of people, before he was even casted in this, theorized he could be what's his fucking name? Oh no, Reed Richards in the MCU, and I would shit myself. Like, cause remember, I talked about this. I talked about the Fantastic Four being in the quantum realm, because that's how like people have been getting weird powers from being down there.
Right.
I will shit myself if we see a Mr. Fantastic in this at the end or some shit.
Right. Like, I mean, just
Because
at least as like
he's a
a
smart
variant.
he's an actor who like can be smart,
Mm-hmm.
but also joke and stuff, but like be serious smart too.
Right.
Which is,
And
oh.
it's like,
You know how big of a stroke of my ego I'll have if I walk out of Quantumania and we get a fucking Fantastic Four reference. Oh, I'll go off. I fucking knew they were in there.
now see, what I want to know now, like if we're talking about multiverse stuff, like is the quantum realm, like is there a quantum realm for each different universe?
We don't know that yet, I don't think. About
Right.
the
And I was like,
quantum realm.
I hope this establishes like
Because
if it is or no.
with what like Janet says, that he can change timelines from
Mm-hmm.
the quantum realm, I think that there's only one. I think. Because how do you be able to change multiple ones if you're just from one spot, sort of thing?
Right.
I think. Because like where the Book of Vishanti was, that was a one hub for all the multiverses. They only had one. So it's possible for quantum realm. Like I said, we don't know. All we know is that there was a little city in the first Ant-Man, and it's probably this one. It's just in the background in that one, but that's all we know. And like she
Yeah.
says in the trailer, there's a layer beneath it or something like that, whatever she says, or something like that, whatever she says. There's something she says in the trailer about
I don't
it going
know.
deeper or something like that. I don't know, but we don't. Like I said, we don't know about it yet. That's the point of
It's
this
gonna be
movie.
so trippy though too. Like when you combine everything.
Also, what? Because I said the only thing that like the messes with like time dilation is if you get stuck in the time vortex in there. So if
Mm-hmm.
they come out, it should be the same time. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. What if he comes? Like, what if they all do survive and they come out with different powers? That'd be kind of sick. Like, he
Right.
doesn't need a suit. He doesn't need a suit to grow big and small anymore. He can just do it.
Like,
You know how sick that'd be.
because did he, when he was stuck in the quantum realm?
It was 5 minutes for him, and then it was 5 years
Right.
for the rest of the world. That's crazy. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, if they're explaining it, like if Fantastic Four have existed, I think they're in a time vortex. That's the easiest way to be. That's where they are. This group of 4 people got sucked into a time vortex, and they get shit out in sometime recently.
So like she's what's her name again? I don't know why I can't remember her name. The chick who says turn that off, turn that off.
Janet.
Janet. Okay. Like how did like I mean I know they she was there for a long time, but okay, so if we go by the time that like Scott was in there, I know the time doesn't like work the same like depending on where you are, but like that's not a lot of time in the quantum realm.
No.
So I'm wondering if like maybe it was somehow different for her. Depend. I don't
So
know. There's so many questions about the quantum realm. Like we need answers.
it's one of those god dimensions that they can just go, yeah, stuff happens down here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's 5 years for in 5 minutes in the quantum realm, or it's like 50 years and you spend 20 years in the quantum realm.
That's what I said with Kang. Like, we don't know how long he's been trapped in there. Like, we
Yeah.
really don't. He could have been in there for the long, like for like so long. Time could have looped like 4 times around. And he's like, I've watched the timeline recycle like 4 times now, man. I want out. I want to rule this shit. So I'm so excited to see his motivation. I want to know if he got trapped by like He Who Remains, because that would be cool too. If he was like some smug version of me, trap me here or something like that. As like I said, there's some reason he's trapped in there. I don't think it's not Janet, because she went in there by accident. So,
But she
she
might be the
found.
reason why he's stuck there.
I feel like that's. I feel like that's probably. Well, was that or what I was saying, where she might have been working with him first, and then realized what he was doing, and then stole whatever they were working on and
Right.
hid it.
Because
like I said, if you fall down into a new dimension, you see people working on stuff, you're gonna go gravitate toward them instantly, just because there's other people.
Yeah, and then you also add the fact that like it's he wants Ant-Man's help, so it's like
I saw. Continue with what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, he would like his help doing some, but why specifically Ant-Man? There's so many other things. He has so many resources there.
I saw. I think it was right before we started going live. I think it was on TikTok or something, or I was on Twitter. The reason that I don't know if it was officially something that somebody said, but the reason that Kang is looking for his help is because he needs Pym particles. He doesn't have Pym particles down in the quantum realm, and that's something that it's big brain. Kang can't replicate it, I guess.
Gotcha.
And like I'm assuming he wants Pym particles to make all the stuff that he has made down there big enough to come take out like his time chair. He wants Pym particles to come out with and that and sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming it'll probably be I want to power this thing on Pym particles because it's gonna be a time chair, and we know from Endgame that's how we travel time now. Through time is just the fucking quantum realm. So I'm assuming he wants to power his chair, be able to go woof, woof through it all the time.
Okay, makes sense.
And I'm it's not official, but I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen. It's probably what he's gonna want. He's got to grow big to get out of there. That's the whole thing. He can't grow big. That's probably what the whole plot line is gonna be. I can make all the science down here, but I don't have the necessary equipment to remake Pym particles for some fucking dumb plot reason. I'm the smartest man ever, but I can't make Pym particles down here. There's a big thing about this too is that all the people that are going to be in there, like Bill Murray's character, like all the people that are just in the quantum realm that have wound up there too, like how'd they get there? That's one of the big questions too. They just get like how did they get just shrunken down into the quantum realm? Or it could be like a mini it could be like a mini fuck, what was that? Is it called just a void at the end of Loki or whatever? Where it's just people that he's like he ended timelines and he just took people that he wanted from those timelines and he kept them in the quantum realm. Could be something like that too. People of power that he wanted to kidnap or something. Because there's a lot of them. when you look through the trailers. Like there's a whole little like Star Wars city of people in there.
Hmm.
That does kind of scare me about the time. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah, right now, yeah, it's like there's so much stuff to cover.
Shit. I like I said, I'm assuming I'm gonna start sweating if we're not in the quantum realm by like 30 minutes in. I'm gonna sit there
Right.
going, oh, what are we doing in here? Because oh my god.
I hope they pull like a Thor Ragnarok, where it's like Ant-Man's like stuck somewhere and he's like, I bet you're wondering how I got here. And then quick recap on how they got all the way here. It's like, you know how I forget the guy's name, but like in the like first Ant-Man movies, how he does the recap,
Yeah.
and he talks
It's
super
him doing
fast,
it.
and it's him doing like, so let me catch you up, and he just starts ranting about it.
I would love that because they gotta have at least one of those in this
Mm-hmm.
movie to have it in every trilogy.
Right.
They got to get into it quick because
Like,
I know there's gonna be like a little bit of world building of him like not being like Cassie being old and stuff, and him sulking and being sad about that or some shit. But
what if that
they gotta get into it
scene
fast.
where they're sending that beacon is a part of that just really quick recap? You know, and they're just like, and then this happened, and they just like show just that scene from the trailer, and then they just all are in there.
That would be funny. But another thing with trailers too, like we have no idea.
Yeah.
It's because it's Marvel. Like, I'm not gonna trust the Secret Wars trailer. It's gonna be hype. But whenever it happens, I'm gonna sit there and go, I don't trust any of these. They're gonna hype us up, and some of this stuff's not gonna happen,
Mm-hmm.
or it's gonna be different. This is gonna be it's gonna be a good movie to start off on. Like I said, it's gonna be one of those things that we leave and go, this is how Phase 5 is starting. Okay,
It's gonna be super
dang.
exciting
Because we get this, and then we get friggin' Guardians in May. Like that's crazy. That's gonna be friggin' back-to-back bangers and movies.
bang bang.
I'm pretty sure. I think we get a show in between them too. I think. I'm not sure which one, but that's gonna be friggin' a good way to start off for Marvel for the year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much done though.
Okay.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anybody in chat wants to say anything? Quickly.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't got anything.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else in my ADHD brain that I've thought about recently. I do really hope that MODOK does make it out of the quantum realm. I do want to see him try to band together like a group of villains because I want to see that. Like I said, we haven't had that. I want a group of MCU villains getting together.
I liked what they did with I like how he looks, like with his armor and everything. That looked really cool.
I love it.
He looks so angry too. I love it.
And because I know you said you don't know like MODOK and stuff that much. In the comics, the way that he gets how he is because they make him super. I think they enlarge his brain, so it makes his head really big. But I like how they make it in the MCU. It's from him getting shrunk down. Like it's from that first movie. That's why he looks the way he is.
All right.
I said I hope we get to see like a little naked him before he gets put in the suit, just in the quantum realm. Just a little head with his little arms.
Right. Like I had the trailer up here and I just went to go look at it. It's like, bro, he's so upset. He's so angry. It's so funny. I like it. Looks.
Here we go. This is another thing quickly I can talk about. From the first trailer, when Cassie turns on that thing, she says, "I've been talking to somebody." I think she was like in contact with somebody from the quantum realm. I think it is MODOK because I was watching New Rockstars, and somebody's talking about because it is Darren Cross being MODOK, like he knows Cassie and Scott and everything, and because he knows pin particles. So if he gets put down in the quantum realm and it's taken by Kang and he goes, I know somebody that can give us what we need to get out of here. Bada bing, bada boom. He's gonna try to contact her. I think that's who she was in contact with. That's gonna be the big that's gonna be the thing that connected Kang to Scott was him because he got put in there.
Yeah, and if it isn't MODOK, I'm like, because I kind of started thinking, I'm like, if it isn't MODOK, who could it be?
Yeah. Either It's MODOK, Kang.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is MODOK just because of that connection.
Right.
Because I think he, if he, Kang was obviously stuck in there still, like before MODOK probably. Well, Darren Cross, he was a MODOK when he went in there, when he got shrunken down. So I'm sure he didn't. Maybe he didn't know about pim particles when he was first stuck in there until Darren Cross comes down and talk. Like he was like, "How'd you get here?" or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out in the movie.
I'll figure it out.
But they have to be a plot point because it's a fucking Ant-Man movie. Tim Bartles are just a plot of the first two, so they have to be the plot of this one too.
Gotta complete the trilogy.
Exactly. It's just that's crazy thing too. That's going to be the third movie, and probably the last actual Ant-Man one.
Probably.
I don't see him getting a fourth one, either him dying
I mean,
or
unless they do a Cassie Ant-Man.
I could see a spin-off show or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming she's picking up the mantle same way Kate Bishop is. So that's why I'm saying I'm sticking to the way that I think the movie's gonna end. Is I think if not everybody besides Cassie is gonna die, and she's gonna be the one to get out and go. Who do I go talk to to deal with this? Because we're fucked.
Right. And it's like,
if she finds out that he can like mess up time and stuff and then gets out and everybody dead, she's like, uh-oh.
hold on. Okay. Do we know if the time takes place after No Way Home? Because if it happens at the same time and they're down in the quantum realm when Doctor Strange's spell goes off, I wonder if they will still know Peter and know he's Spider-Man.
I don't know if it'll go that deep.
I know. I don't know. I just had that random thought because we were talking about like how it might be like there might not be other quantum realms.
That spell is so messy on who knows and where, because it's like,
because we know it's like different like multiverses that like, but it only affected their universe. But if the quantum realm is separate from that,
well, I don't think it affected the multiverse. It just affected our MCU that nobody knows who Peter is. So so it might have been the quantum realms. Everybody that got sent back still knows shit that happened. But it is, yeah. Ugh. One of those things, like we said, the quantum realm, we don't know how it works.
Yep. And then so I just like took a peek at like the YouTube comments on the trailer, and someone commented, he made a good point. It's like, I like the role reversal here. In Endgame, Scott was gone for 5 years and needed to be caught up on the current situation. Now it seems like he and Loki are the only ones who are going to be warning everyone that's coming or what's coming.
That's true. That is true, because Loki was gone, and yeah,
he was so behind, and now he's like, wait, who is this guy?
That's what I'm excited for, because nobody knows. Like before we even see Ant-Man, right now the only people who know what's happening is Loki and Sylvie. Those are the only two people who know what's going on in the whole multiverse of what's about to go down.
Right.
So that's crazy.
I'm excited to see how like Bruce reacts to all this.
Bruce and his son.
Yeah.
That fade, bro.
Like how they're how they're gonna react to now having to deal with multiversal travel. Doctor Strange, how he's gonna start reacting to it. Like, that
was one thing. I was talking about that kind of stuff. I keep referencing New Rockstars, but it's what I watch a lot. One of the things they were talking about with this movie is this is Scott's first time dealing with the multiverse. So like, we also don't know if he's gonna fully understand the concept or stuff of that yet, because like he just came and dealt with Thanos, and that's fucking big stuff for like Captain America. Those kind of people are like, holy shit, we're dealing with space and fucking aliens and shit. So like he might not even understand it fully because he's also not a scientist. So like, if Kang might even be like, oh yeah, if you defeat me, I'm just gonna come back. He might even be like, oh yeah, that's not how this works. He's like, you're right here. If I defeat you, you're just gonna be done. As he's, Scott Lang as well. That's what I'm excited for, this whole multiverse shit. Nobody knows. It's Thanos, but worse. To the he's coming, Bruce Banner, but nobody knows. Thanos is coming. Whatever he says in that movie. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
I said I'm just excited for him to show up everywhere and be menacing. I saw a good thing too, since we're just talking about Kang a bunch. I saw a thing about because he does get referenced in Moon Knight. One of his, I think it's the Rama Tut version of him or something, like that's the name or something. One of the goons has a pharaoh design on the back of his jacket, and I think it was the costume designers or somebody on the show specifically said that yes, that's a reference to Kang's like Egyptian variant. So like we also don't know when Moon Knight happens. So like I think this was Rogue Theory or Breakdown or one of the two on New Rockstars, but somebody was like, what if he escapes in his time chair and he goes back to ancient Egypt, and that's already happened. Like Moon Knight's happened, and like he's already been a pharaoh through a multi. That's why I said time's so fucked, bro.
It
You have to
is.
see like it could have already happened, and they can just explain it, be like, yeah, it already happened. I could see that happening because of that Easter egg like in there, but I could see so they get that variant in there. He just goes to Egypt when he gets out. He's like, "Yep, I'm going back there to assume power."
It's like it's scary, but it's also really cool at the same
It's
time.
awesome.
Like
I want to cheer for Kang, but I'm also scared. I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Like
I've never been like this hyped for a villain to show up and mess up movies for me.
right?
Like I wasn't like Thanos was cool, but I wasn't excited for him to be like, "Ooh, what he's gonna do with the stones?" With Kang, I'm like, who are we gonna get messing us up?" I know they got to get Iron Lad at some point too, and I'm excited for that. Like, how's that gonna happen? How is a young version of him gonna find out he's bad? Like, I really want like this chaotic Kang to just go back in time and talk to himself. Like, that'd be awesome,
Right.
That's where you get the big brain shit, and all the common folk who watch these movies are gonna go, huh?
Huh?
What's going on right now? Why is there multiple of him? How's this happening? That's what I said. There's gonna be a lot of people who are like, "Who is this guy?" Or already like that if they didn't watch Loki. It started this, like Scarlet Witch, like kind of started this kind a little bit, but like Loki started this fucking multiverse stuff. Only multiverse stuff that friggin' WandaVision did was tease us with fucking Quicksilver. I hope Secret Wars redeems that. Please, please,
oh my god. Evan Peters again.
please, just redeem that made me mad just because his name was Ralph Boner. You could have chose any other name, but literally made him a dick joke. You get the Marvel community excited and then made him a dick joke. Literally, like the fuck. I said how it's shot and everything. You exactly made to think. I guess it's to make like the illusion, like the whole thing she's under, to be like, oh, that is Quicksilver, but like you made it look exactly like.
That's you're never gonna let that down either, and I love it.
Unless they do it in if he's in Secret Wars, then I'll be happy. I'll be like, okay, they brought it back around.
Right.
But like, oh my gosh, it made me angry. Because they could have been cool and been like, yeah, he just got shot out from the multiverse somewhere, and that would have been sick. But no, he had some fucking beads on that just made him a little speedster for a little bit. I'm basically done if you are.
Yeah, I think we can probably wrap it up. Or hour and a half, not shorter. Yeah, dude. That was pretty good.
It's a middle of the road episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not long, not short. Actually, well, hour and a half is still pretty long, actually. When you think about it.
I mean, I think that's probably like a good like good time for us. Like hour and a half.
Solid one.
Yeah.
2 hours is usually when we start talking about in-depth shit, or we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Right. Like last week when we did the different
all the
content
movies.
yeah. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, all the content. Because
right.
we ended up going through everything.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think this was good.
Yes, it was.
I mean, literally if we can sit there and talk an hour and a half about like an Ant-Man trailer,
It's pretty crazy.
yeah.
But
So,
I'm just hyped for this. That's why.
me too. I mean, if anyone in chat right now has anything they want to talk about or anything they want us to talk about, touch on, go ahead, send it in. But if nobody does, I think we're probably gonna peace out.
Yeah. Oh, I can put this in here. We will. I guess I can say it now. Monday will be on Spotify. It's gonna be every week, Monday. But the people on Spotify, it's already on there. So, ha.
And if I'm right, it should also be on Apple Podcasts. I think it got verified and everything, so I think we're good on that.
We're trying to get it everywhere.
Right.
Search Two Players. I also learned a lot of people, and I think myself as well, it messes up searching sometimes because you actually do have to put podcasts, and I don't think about that when I'm searching. I just search 2 players, 1 podcast, but you actually have to put podcast, and then it should show up immediately. Yeah. For some of them at least. Like Spotify shows up for me immediately now, but like there was one of them that I had to search podcast. But yes,
okay,
we'll be uploading Monday everywhere, every week.
Yes.
Get used to it. Get used to hearing us ramble about stuff.
All right, so I don't see anything in chat, so I think we're just gonna wrap it up here. Thank you.
Good to me.
Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Go follow us on all the socials. We got all the socials, Twitter,
all of them,
Twitch. We got our own Twitch channels, obviously, and then also on TikTok. We got one for the podcast, and when we both have our individual ones, go follow us there. Just to stay up to date with whatever we're doing, especially with the podcast, stay up to date. Whatever we're doing with the podcast, if like maybe we miss an episode or different schedule or anything like that, that's where we will post it. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it's time to wish you guys a good night.
Good night.
Good night. All right, guys, we will see you on the next podcast next Saturday, and so we'll see ya. Peace out.
Bye.